I'm Timothy Noah. I'm a writer for the New Republic magazine and the author of a new book, The Great Divergence, America's Growing Inequality Crisis and What We Can Do About It. The Great Divergence is the reversal of a historic trend in which incomes were becoming steadily more equal in the United States. Income inequality is a major issue, probably the major issue for the Occupy Wall Street movement. You see a lot of people waving signs that say, "We are the 99%. You see a lot of people throwing around the term, the 1%. Those percentages come from the work of Thomas Piketty and Emmanuel Saez, who in the early aughts discovered that the top 1% of American incomes had doubled their share of the nation's collective income since 1979. When I started my research, first for a magazine series in Slate, I thought that economic mobility in the United States was much more robust than it turned out to be. I looked into this a little bit for the magazine series and discovered to my great surprise that the United States was unexceptional in the level of upward mobility it provided compared to the nations of Western Europe. When I then started to work on the book, I discovered not only was the United States unexceptional, actually it was exceptional in the sense that it lagged most of Western Europe and a number of other advanced industrial democracies. And that was a bit of a shock. People would just need to familiarize themselves with the history. They would also need to familiarize themselves more intimately with the history prior to 1979, when we saw a great deal of economic growth accompanied by a level of income equality that seems enviable today. There was a lot wrong with the United States in that era. It was a bad time to be an African American. It was a bad time to be gay. It was a bad time in some respects to be a woman. It wasn't even the greatest time in the world to be Jewish. And also, if you were a draft age male, if much of that time was not terrific. There was a Great Depression, there was World War II, there was a lot of hardship in the country. But one thing that was better was the relationship of incomes at the top to incomes at the middle. That has gotten a lot worse. I recommend a number of policies to address this problem and try to bring about a reversal, or at least reduce the acceleration of income inequality. One proposal is a change in tax policy, even though the changes in tax policy under Ronald Reagan and George W. Bush didn't create income inequality. They did make it worse. And as a consequence, I think we need to create some new income tax brackets. We need to lay in some brackets, I think, above $250,000. And we have seen an expansion in the number of people who are making above $1 million, above even $10 million. I think that the income tax brackets need to reflect that.